honestly, I just feel like saying it. Why am I still working? I have no clue. But I had to upload these videos tonight before I shut down, and I'm listening back to one of my videos from 2024, and I am just coming in from home. I probably was come from school or something, some type of somewhere, and I was thinking, and I was listening to it, and my mom and I have an older brother, and he is maybe the third. I think he's the third one. And when I was younger, I would never forget this day. I would never forget this day. We were living in Brooklyn, and we were living in Glenwood projects at the time. And so I have two brothers that are like close in age, back to back. And I don't even know their real ages, but I know they're close in age. And they butt heads so bad. And ooh, when I look at my family, guys, like, I just think in my head, like, how the fuck did I end up in this? Like, what did I do in my past life to be coming here? But I'm gonna get to that. But, well, then I don't want to even call them my family anymore. I don't know. What do you call your family when they're not your family anymore? Like, when they're not a part of your life anymore and you kind of moved on. What do you call them? But, okay, so the message. Let me know in the comments. What do you call your family now that you moved on from them? Because I don't know what to call them now anymore. I still think of them as my family because, you grow up in that mindset, but I feel like I need to change that. But let's get back to the message. So my brothers had a fight. I was in Brooklyn, so I had to be like maybe 7, 8 before I moved, because I would think I was 9 when we moved to Queens. And I came home from school, or maybe before school, because I would never forget. I had this yellow jumper. I would never forget this yellow jumper. I never found the picture. I saw the picture once and I haven't seen it since. I don't know who has that picture. But I just thought about something else too that I want to do. Especially because I want her to have those memories, which is weird. Like, I want to do something nice for a person that I don't talk to, but I want her to have those memories because they're meaningful memories. But this is my mind on, all the time. So my brothers had a fight. It was either morning or afternoon. I remember, I think that day, because I think I had walked to school that day by myself. I can't remember, but because I remember going through the big park. So they had gotten into a fight and the police came. The whole kitchen and I remember, would never forget this day. The whole I don't think it was the living room. I think it was the kitchen, because as soon as you walked in, it was the dining room. And then the living room was like in a separate area in Brooklyn. And basically the cops came, took my brother. I think they took my brother, my brother. So my brother never, when I say I never saw him, I didn't see him again until I was in 8th grade. Or 8th grade. He came to visit, and it talks about it in the message. But this message, do not let your bloodline trickle again, because, and the reason why, and I know we're human, we're going to make mistakes, but it's certain mistakes that you have to watch that happen before you or before your life that you have to look at. So because I'm exiled from I removed myself from my family, right? I was a part of the black sheep, but my brother who went to jail was also too, because my mom, they called him like he had anger problems, he had this, he had that. It's not that. And it's not my mom's fault either, because it's a part of the bloodline. Somebody has to break that in order for it to stop. And she has 8 kids surviving, and like she's an immigrant coming, you know what I mean? Like, it's not her fault, and I'm not gonna even blame her, but literally you cannot make the same mistakes as your parents, you have to do it differently. Do it different. Because the reason why I'm thinking that is because my mom had a chance to change her mistake with me after what happened to my brother. She now has 2 children who she doesn't talk to. And I'm not trying to, I don't like telling people, I'm not trying to tell her truth, but I'm just trying to explain that we cannot. And it just hit me. That's why I love doing what I'm doing right now, and recording my journey, because when you listen back to it, it really, really hits you differently at every different stage in your life. Listening back to this message, it hit me like, Sierra, that a repeated mistake. Wait, that's a pattern. That's a pattern. He was black sheep at the time too. He was the black sheep first. He was different first. He had a way of being his own self first. People misunderstood him first in the family. Before I grew up, before I got aware of what was happening. And the reason why I'm crying is and I'm crying for him, because he probably went through what I'm going through. I don't know. And it's so funny. It's crazy to me how I'm thinking about this right now, because literally I saw the pattern when I listened to it. I'm like, oh my God, my brother went through the same thing like me, kicked out. Like, literally, my mom had a chance to change the pattern and she didn't. And do not repeat the patterns, please. We cannot repeat the patterns, because then our children will repeat the patterns. And what happens if our children repeat we want to, and my professor, I will never forget, and it stays in my head with everyone that I meet in my sessions, everything. We want to do things we want to help people in the least harm. We are going to make mistakes. I'm not saying you're not going to, but we need to slow the fuck down and be more aware of what the fuck is happening in our life, and to see when the pattern is repeating. And like I said, it's not my mom's fault. She couldn't see, because she's not aware of the pattern. Only people who are aware of the pattern, only if you have to have spiritual, mental capacity and will and awareness to know. And OMG. I just listened to this, and I'm listening to this, and I'm like, Sierra, hold on. We cannot repeat this pattern. We cannot repeat this pattern. Well, I don't think I'm going to repeat that pattern, honestly, just because of the way it is, and just because of the way I am. But we cannot repeat our parents' patterns. We cannot repeat our grandparents. If your grandmother taught you that you got to fry your chicken with lard, and we've been frying our chicken in lard for 50 years in our family. Why you don't want to fry it in lard? What do you mean? That gets you the crispiest. That's the crispiest part of. That makes it crispy and stuff. No, Grandma, I'm going to use some nice peanut oil, some nice, I don't know, avocado oil. I don't know, something healthy. They're going to look at you like, wait, what are you doing? We've been frying chicken this way. Why are you trying to do things differently? Why are you trying to change it up? Why? Because We have to do things the healthy way. We have to do things in a new way, because we can't repeat in these unhealthy patterns. We gotta stop. Let's all be mindful. Let us be mindful. Watch your childhood as it plays out in your adulthood, because it's playing out in your adulthood, and you have to change the pattern. Your relationships, your family life, the way you talk to your partner, the way you talk to your children, the way your children talks to you. All of this has to be done differently in a healthy way, so the pattern breaks. It is time for change to break. I'm getting hot. Oh my God, I'm getting hot. It is time for, it's time. Chains are breaking. We are breaking generational chains. I feel it. I don't know. I don't know. But do not repeat the pattern. Watch yourself, write, record, whatever you got to do. If you was abused, if your parents or your father hit you when you were younger, it's so funny. Now that I think about it, I wonder if I have, this is a private thing I got to do by myself. I will do it by myself. And if I need to talk about it, I'll talk about it later. But if you were abused physically, mentally, verbally, spiritually, whatever, and then but your mom or your father was abused, and your mom or your father was abusing you, but they were abused before that, you have to now, okay, my mom and father was abused. They abused me. So now, right? You're coming of age. You have to make the decision. How do I want to raise my children when they act this way that I did when I was younger and my parents abused me? Will I react the same way? No, because we're not repeating patterns. Right? You found vapes in your kid's room. Okay. You want to be vaping out here. Okay. We gonna settle this. We gonna figure this shit out. Your ass is gonna sit in this motherfucking house right in front of me. We gonna figure this shit out. Right? And you gonna get you some help. I don't know. We're gonna do what we gotta do. You know what I mean? We're not gonna, what is beating on the kid gonna do? They're just gonna go and get another vape. But if we sit down and we talk to this kid, like, what's going on? Like, is it peer pressure? Are you stressed? Are you happy? Like, what's going on? Like, is it me? And is it school? Is it boyfriend? Is it friends? Is it bullying? What is it drawing you to do this? Right? Did you just wanted to try it, and then maybe like you were like, it gives you that nice little buzz, and you was like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep getting my nice little buzz. What is it? We have to start breaking down in these things, like even in our regular conversations, in our relationships. Okay, baby, I'm mad at you. Why are you mad? What's going on? I don't feel like you're communicating with me. Okay, well, let's sit down and communicate. Why do you feel like I'm not communicating with you? Talk to your partner, talk to your children, talk to your grandmother, your mother, your father, whoever is in your family, and break the motherfucking pattern. Break the fucking patterns. Don't abuse. Don't avoid. Don't, go doing crazy, stupid shit that's going to make your life harder, because we're not doing unhealthy patterns. We're doing healthy patterns. What are some healthy patterns? Okay, you know what? I just got into an argument. I just got into a fight not a fight, but like, just a heated conversation with my child, with my husband, with my girlfriend, with my wife, with my grandmother, with the person on the goddamn street. the person who was fucking flipping me off in the car, right? I'm pissed off, right? Okay, what can I do now? Because I'm creating healthy patterns. I'm not gonna go and take it out on I'm not gonna go take it out on my kids. I'm not gonna go take it out on my family, my wife, my dad, whoever. I'm not gonna take it out on them because this is a me thing, right? This is a you thing now. So you have to kind of figure out like, okay, what do I need? What do my body needs at this time to regulate itself? What does my body need at this time to, just get back to me instead of harming and hurting the people that I love in an unhealthy way? Why would I hit my wife because she wants to go out with her friends and she doesn't deserve that. She wants to go out with her friends, but maybe you have some control issues. I don't know. Maybe you were abused when you were younger and so maybe somebody stopped you from going out. So now you feel like you need to stop other people because that's usually what it is. Because you've been controlled, you feel like because you've been controlled and now you have freedom, you now say, okay, I have the freedom and I want to control because that's an unhealthy pattern. That's what you were taught because you were controlled. So you think that if I control everything, I can keep everything together because that's how somebody else kept it. That's how somebody else did it for you. I hope I'm making sense because it makes sense a little bit in my head, but I kind of lost myself a little bit too, but I hope I'm making sense. But anyway, listening to this, I was like, what the fuck? See, like it just boom. Like, do not repeat the unhealthy patterns in your bloodline. I tell people, look back. Look at your grandmother. Sometimes, and it's so crazy. Sometimes it's like, it's like your grandmother is a certain way with you, but you don't really know unless your parents tell you how they were with their children, right? Like they don't really tell you like how they were with you, like with them. They just treat if you're a granddaughter or a grandson, they just treat you very differently from the way they treat their children that they had, if that makes sense. And this is only I don't come from a perfect family. I come from an abusive, emotional, I come from the trenches. Like my family is dysfunctional. It's bad. Horrid, like literally. And it's not even just my immediate family. It's the whole, like it's a whole, because I've seen it throughout the years. And I've now, as an adult, you put two and two together. It's like, whoa, this is not healthy, guys. But you can't blame them because they were being raised by people who couldn't. You can't blame them either because they were being raised by. So you just have to decide that I am going to be different. I am going to do different. I'm going to indulge in different. I am going to handle things different. And I think coming to the terms with yourself that I am choosing something different, that is when your life and the patterns stop breaking, because once you see, you can't unsee. And I think that's why people don't want to be as awakened, because they don't want to see the illusions that are literally right in front of their face. They don't want to see the fake relationships. They don't want to see the fake friends. They don't want to see the fakeness, the illusions that's happening. They don't want to see that, oh my God, my family is really dysfunctional. I cannot come to another Thanksgiving dinner. This is not, like, they don't want to see that. So what do? They stay in it and they keep going and they don't wake up and they're not aware. But, ta-da! I am here. You are here. Because if you're here in this video, that means that you are aware. That means that something in this message or the title, you was like, yeah, that girl, I know, I feel you on that one. But do not repeat the unhealthy patterns. Create healthy patterns. And I'm talking to myself too, because this video is hitting me for a reason at this time, for a reason as well. And you already know what's going to happen after. God is going to test. God is going to see, are you really standing on your word? Because what the universe is going to do, that's what they do. The universe asks you, are you going to stand on your word? Are you going to continue this decision? I guess we'll see when it comes up. But I think I am ready to create some healthy patterns. And I think you are too. So go out there, create some healthy patterns with yourself, write them down if you need to, so you have, put them on your fucking phone screen if you need to, if you need to remind yourself daily, because that's being mindful. Mindfulness will change your whole complete life, because mindfulness is living in the present, but also being aware of what's happening in and around your surroundings and listening to your intuition. That's what I have for you guys. Do not repeat the patterns. Do not repeat the unhealthy patterns. Create healthy patterns. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Follow for more, because we're on a new journey. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.